Hi folks, we're taking a look now at the setup that I use to record phone conversations for a podcast. So I can record an external interview, I can use my phone, I can phone up anybody, I can use Skype on my phone, WhatsApp, anything like that. So the basic setup is I've got my usual podcasting microphone here. That's all as normal, and you can see I've got that just going into track 2 there at the moment. Now, to also get a phone recording in here, I'm using a device called an iRig, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be an iRig. I just need some sort of interface that allows me to plug an audio source into a computer. So any kind of audio interface would work in this situation. And so I've got my phone, because the iPhone doesn't have a jack output anymore. I'm just using the adapter that came with it. And I've just plugged it into the mini jack socket there, got the mini jack there. And, you know, I could go mini jack to jack, but what I like to do, I always like XLRs. So I just on Amazon, just a few pounds, I bought a mini jack to XLR lead. And that just lets me plug it into the main input there of the iRig. And I can take the volume up or down of the phone conversation. That's what I like about the iRig. I can easily adjust the levels. Okay, so if I just go into my phone, I've got a track here. Okay, I'll play that. The Look of Love, ABC. There it is. It's coming up on here. And if I just press I for input, okay, you can hear, there it is, coming through my headphones. Okay, you can see now that's recorded on track 1. So that's the beauty of this setup, is that I've got my voice on track 2. I've got the phone recording on track 1. So I can record the output of the phone and the output of my microphone as separate tracks, so I can get a good mix. Okay, so if I hit record, there you go. And this one's my voice. Hello, there you go. This is the music I've got playing through the phone on separate tracks, just like you would do a normal podcast with 2 microphones. Okay, so that's all recorded. Play on that. There it is. Okay, there's me talking over that. So what I need to do, one more thing I just need to do, and that's on the setup of the computer. Now I'm using a Mac. But the way I need to set this up, you need to go into your kind of preferences, and I can access these by going into Audition and Preferences. Okay, so you find Preferences, they're in the Edit menu on a PC, and I'm going to the audio hardware, go to the settings, click on Settings, and this opens up your system settings for your audio hardware. And what I've done is I've created something called a aggregate device, and that just means I can have more than one input or output source for audio. Okay, so the one I'm using at the moment is this one. I created Rode iRig. Okay, so I'll just show you how I made that. I'll just give it a different name, so I'll just call this test. Just there we go. So if you name it rather than just leave it, you can find it. And I can select as my ins, okay, I can select my iRig, and there's my Rode in. So I've got 2 input sources. Oops, go back to settings, so I clicked off by accident. So yeah, there we go, I've got 2 input sources. Okay, so it's exactly like I've got on the one that I'm using now. And that means that when I've got that, there we go, as my input, my default input. Okay, I've got my output just as built-in output, and got my headphones plugged into the computer. Okay, so I've got that going, and then, you know, I can change the volume of the audio with this from the phone, and then it's good to go. You see, so in my inputs for each track, I've got track 1 set just on mono to iRig Pro Duo front left, and I've got this one set to the iRig, to the MT USB, sorry. So this one's my host microphone, which is this, and this one's set to my iRig, which is that. Okay, so I've used this to record lots of conversations, and it works great. And as I say, there are lots of different ways to set this up. You don't have to use the same equipment. This is just my setup, and it's worked well for me. So I hope that's helpful. If you've got any questions, post them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.